Hi everyone. This week we've got Aaron on the show. We're going to be finding out more about his proposition. As always, Aaron, before we do anything useful, can I have a quick introduction from you, please, as to who you are and what you've been up to?
Yeah, sure. So I'm predominantly, my main background has been a letting agent. I've been in the market and run my own letting agency now for the last 12 years. Been in the market for longer than that, probably going on 15, 16 years. So been around the houses for quite a while. And now I've started my own prop tech company on the side. So initially we have our own business, and friends and people in the industry I know as well who had the same issue, and thought, why isn't there a product out there which does what we want? And this is kind of why I've come up with a prop tech industry called Keyhive, and that's where we're going with it.
And my first question for you is, how did you come up with the idea for Keyhive?
So as I say, it was a problem we had at our own agency. We were going on for 12 years, and we were having this issue occurring every week, every couple of days, and we thought, how can we make this better? The whole product is managing keys and making keys more efficient within a letting agency business or an estate agency business, and we were using an A4 book where we would write in names, numbers, keys, so on and so forth. Those keys would come out. When they came back, they'd be crossed out. It wasn't working as it should be. Contractors weren't being chased as much as they should be. Staff weren't crossing out the keys correctly when they came back, and it was just a bit of a mess. Keys are never a massive headache within an office, but they are one of those things at the back of your head where you go to get the keys and they're not there for that reason. We tried different methods. We tried entering it in through our CRM. We tried photocopying. There are lots of ideas out there, but they never really got it right. And all of my friends who are in the industry, work at different agencies or running their own agencies, all had the same issue. I think that was the main thing, that everyone has this issue, but didn't really know how to solve it. And that's where it came from. During COVID, my business partners are software developers, and they approached me and said, "Hey, Aaron, is there something in the property industry which it needs, or something which might be beneficial?" I said, actually, I've been having this issue for years. There's lots of products out there for other issues within the letting agency office, but there's nothing really which ticks my boxes for this. Can you help me out? So yeah, just started during COVID and testing and so on and so forth, and Keyhive was born. But that's kind of where it was born from, was that solving an issue which we had in our industry.
So obviously you've spoke about some of the ways of the A4 paper and photocopy and other stuff. How does your new system, with the technology, how does it work?
Yeah, so all the keys are given little fobs. I've got one here actually, like a little NFC fob, and that allows you, when you're going in and out of the office, to hold it up to a kiosk, which is basically a tablet on a desk, and allows you to sign those keys in and out quickly and efficiently. So for instance, if I have a contractor who comes in and he wants 10 sets of keys for 10 jobs that week, we go get the keys, we can sign all those keys out within 9 to 10 seconds. Those keys are date, time, and signature stamped. So they're all done. So the responsibility is now with that contractor. And then when those keys back, you hold them up to the kiosk. All those keys can be signed back even quicker, within a couple of seconds. And that really gives you a proper timeline on those keys. The real nice feature from that point of view is that contractors are automatically chased. So if those keys aren't back, they're texted and emailed saying, "Hey, bring those keys back." You can log into the portal, which is just on your desktop, and you can see kind of exactly what keys are overdue, who's had those keys, when they've had them. You can go back to 6-7 months ago if you need to do so. So from a security issue, from that point of view, from exactly who's been where, left a light on in the property, bits and bobs like that, which you think, oh, it could have been this person, could have been this person. It really gives you a itemized where that key's been, and so on and so forth, and just makes the whole process simpler and easier. Even staff, it chases staff within 24 hours. But it gets people to log those keys in and log them out correctly, because it's simple to do. and fast to do so. We know I run my own agency, so we see prop tech businesses all the time. We get cold called, we demo stuff because we're all trying to see the new stuff out there. And my biggest problem is it's got to be easy for everyone in the office to buy into. If everyone in the office doesn't buy into it and doesn't use
100%.
it, then it falls down on the first hurdle. So the biggest thing about Keyhive was that, right, it needs to be easy, it needs to be quick, so everyone uses it, and it's just got it right from that point of view, that everyone buys into it. It's simple to go, and it makes a massive difference when trying to implement it into someone's office.
I 100% agree with that. If it's not used by everybody, people don't understand it. It's not used. It falls down at the first hurdle. Couldn't agree more. And I like the fact that it gives a sort of a key history, digital lifespan of that key and what's happened. I think that's a great thing. So my question, next one is this live for agents now?
Yep, so it's live. Agents are using it. We're trying to get a name out there more and meet new companies, so on and so forth. But yeah, no, we are selling. We are using the product. We are updating it all the time. At the moment, it's a standalone version, so it's a kiosk in your office, which is great for an office-based agent. We've got an app coming out soon, which will be aimed at self-employed model of agents. The market's going towards a lot of self-employed agents out there. People work for themselves. So we'll soon have an app which allows you to do key sign outs at properties, out and about. If you're meeting a contractor in car park, drop off a set of keys, they can go to do some maintenance. They'll be able to sign for those keys. You'll be able to take a photo of those keys, and we properly log those and make sure they're all safe from that point of view. And it's it's really good from that side.
Wicked. And how are you finding the agents that are using it? What's their feedback?
Positive, really positive. We haven't had a single unit returned yet. So out of all the agents we signed up, you get it's a 30-day trial anyway. That's just really because it takes time to get the keys on and and go through your keys and make sure you clean them all up. We don't tie you into a contract, so there's no 12-month contract to start off from that point of view, and we just month by month. But from that side, we haven't had a single unit come back. So that speaks words to me from that point of view, that it does work and does do a good job, that the feedback's great, and it really helps from that side.
Brilliant, Aaron. I would just want to say thank you so much for sharing your proposition with us and finding out more about how it all works. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me. Hope to speak to you again soon.